Good evening, everybody. This is Grayson, KC4BT, the next call up of tonight's Youth Net. Before we get started, several announcements. Tomorrow at 11 p.m. is the East Coast Reflector Trivia Net, and Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m., except for holidays, the Morning Groove. With that said, I have AK4G Jim from Jacksonville, Florida, and the question tonight is, have you ever ridden a Ferris Wheel? So if that's said, let's go to AK4G Jim from Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, good evening, Grayson. We missed you last week. Glad to have you back this week. And I wanted to say how proud I am of you, of all your accomplishments. You're truly an inspiration. And have I ever ridden a Ferris wheel? Yes, many times. I'm 65 years old, and they can be a lot of fun. I have an adventurous nature about me anyway. I like thrill rides, and they can be a lot of fun. Glad to hear you, and have a super fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you next week, Grayson. Have a great night. 73 AK4G.
Simply see Jim, thank you. And I think I've ridden one like 2 times, maybe like 1 or 2 times technically. I'm not sure. Simply see Jim. Next up, let's go ahead and get some general call signs.
KR4COH. Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie Oscar Hotel, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Kilo. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie Kilo. In and out. RBC. D2KP, AD2.
Ollie, let's hold that up. I have Kilo4COH Thomas from what's he like? Oh, I can't pronounce that. Thomas from Alabama. KD2EGF, Ivan from Gasport, New York. W2RBC, Randy from Winchester, New York. KD2KP, Stephanie from Brooklyn, New York. And I have KD2CCK, Matt from Frankfort, New York. Let's go to the top of this list to Kilo4COH Thomas from Alabama.
Roger. Top of the evening to you, Grayson. This is KR4COH, Kilo Romeo 4, Charlie Oscar Hotel, Hector from North Carolina. And we're 65 years old. We haven't ridden in a Ferris wheel lately, but we definitely love to ride on them. It's been a while, but yeah, we like to ride. So once again, KR4COH, Hector from North Carolina, Jacksonville. Y'all have yourselves a fine evening. To the net.
Alrighty, so free to you, Hector. Next up, King2EGF, Ivan from Gasport, New York. Hello, Grace and everybody on the net. This is Ivan, K2EGF. Hope everyone's doing alright. To answer the question, yes, I have ridden on Ferris Wheel before. We have this place up in Alcott, which is near the Lake Ontario, that we go to every year, and there's always this one little small business, and, well, I won't call it a business, but there's just these two guys that do it for fun, and they bring a Ferris wheel on down there, and it's not, like, Six Flags, like, theme park size, but it is pretty, big. So, I mean, it is a pretty good Ferris wheel, but, that's really the only one I've ever ridden. I've ridden some small ones at, like, fairs and stuff. Oh, I have ridden, like, 1 or 2 times the size of that at a fair, but, yeah, I've ridden Ferris wheel before, so, yeah, put me down for yes, and, yeah, this is K2EGF, back to that control, 73. Alrighty, so please to Ivan. Next up, W2RBC, Randy from Rochester, New York.
Good evening, Grayson and everyone on the Youth Net. Welcome back. The last time I was on a Ferris wheel was about 20 years ago at Cedar Point, Ohio. Back to net control, 73 to all, RBC.
Alrighty, so please to Randy. Yeah, I did take a break last week. I was cooked. A while back. So please to Randy. Next up, 82 KP, Stephanie from Brooklyn, New York.
And the Youth Net. Yes, it's been a few years, but I have ridden on a Ferris wheel. And Grayson is doing a great job as always. This is 82KP, back to net control.
Alrighty, some please to Matt. Next up. Wait, no. Some please to Stephanie. Sorry about that. Next up, K2CCK Matt from Frankfort, New York. Alrighty. Going to entry DTB way.
Hello, Grayson and everyone on the net. This is KE2CCK Matthew from Frankfort, New York. Hey there. Sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulty. Yeah, I rode a Ferris wheel when I was a young kid, but it's been about 20 years since then. I haven't done that recently. Sounds like fun, though. It's a good idea. Well, good job on the net, and 7-3s to all. KE2CCK back to net.
Alrighty, some please to Matt. Next up, entry DTB way from Bevo, Pennsylvania.
Evening, Grayson. Welcome back to the net. And yes, I have ridden many Ferris wheels, but not for a long time. The last time I was riding Ferris wheels was when my kids were young, and they're now well into their 40s. Back to net. This is M3DQD.
Alrighty, some please to way. Next up, KAH BYU, boy from Bassettville, New York.
Everybody on the Youth Net, KAH BYU. Yeah, I've ridden Ferris wheels a long time. The last time was just a few years ago with one of my nieces. She wanted to go on the double Ferris wheel. So her mom wouldn't take her on it, so I ended up taking her. But yeah, I've ridden them all my life. Yeah, so it's always fun. Back to you.
Alrighty, some please to boys. Next up, KD3 Adrian Anna from Bevo.
Hi, Grayson and the net from KD3AJN. It's been a long time since I've been on a Ferris wheel. I'm not really sure how long, but I did like them. And Grayson, you're doing an awesome job with the net. KD3AJN.
Please, Tiana. Next up, AT4G jump from Jacksonville, Florida.
On tonight's question, 7-3. Talk to you next week, AK4G.
Some please, T-Jim. Next up, KT4G. What, Jim, what was that? Have you ever went on a Ferris wheel?
AK4G, 7-3.
KT4G, Chris from Paris, Florida.
Good evening, Grace and everyone on the net. Yes, I've ridden the Ferris wheel. It's been many years, but I enjoyed it when I did it. Back to you, KQ4GLY.
Some please, T. Chris. Next up, let's get some more check-ins for tonight's Youth Net.
Kilo Delta 5 Echo Whiskey Foxtrot. Kilowatt Delta 5 Echo Whiskey Foxtrot.
Kilo Golf 4 Bravo Union.
Whiskey Bravo 8 Oscar Delta Foxtrot WB8 ODM. KJ5 JBV.
Alright, let's... Let's hold it up now. I have TD5EWF, Danny from Tomball, Texas. And I have KG4, and I had a KG4P station that came in at the station come back in. KG4P, can you come back in, or a station that sounds, or a station that is similar to KG4P?
KJ5 JVV, Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Victor Victor. We're trying to check in.
What was that again?
Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Victor Victor, KJ5 JVV, Mark in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay, wait. Okay, I'm off if you do. Okay, I have first thing off the Swift. I have WV8OD update for Exante, Michigan, and I have KJ5JVV, Malton, Tulsa, Oklahoma. At the top of the Swift to KD5 EWF, Danny from Tomball, Texas.
Hey, good evening, Grayson, and everyone else on the net from KD5EWF. And yes, indeed, I have been on a Ferris wheel, been on a few of them, although, like others have said, it's been quite a while. Been at least 20-something years since the last time I was in a park that had one, but I guess I should do it again pretty soon. Maybe it's been too long. Thank you for getting me aboard, Grayson, doing a great job. KD5EWF, back to net control.
Some please you, Dane. Next up, KJ5JVV, Malton, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hey, Grayson and everybody on the Youth Net. Yes, I have actually been on a few Ferris wheels, and I really enjoy that. I think that's one of my favorite rides to go on when I go to an amusement park. So the answer is yes. This is KJ5JVD, back to net control.
Some please, T-Monk. Next up, T2. 8U, Bob from West Coast, Michigan.
Evening, Grayson. What was the question?
Question is, have you ever ridden a Ferris wheel?
Yes, I'm sorry about that. I remember the first time I was pushing the button. Yeah, I had at the local Parade Park. It was probably the late 1960s last time I was on a Ferris wheel. They were a lot of fun. A lot of the other rides made me sick. I didn't like them. You're doing a good job, Grayson. Everybody have a good weekend. KQ8U, back to that.
Alright, some please, T-Bob. Next up, let's go ahead and call for more check-ins.
This is the Victor Kilowatts 1 Juicy Tomato, 1 Jersey Tomato here in Canberra, Australia.
K2CJD, K2CJD on mobile in Buffalo, New York.
N1CBM, N1CBM.
GJC, KE2, GJC.
MM, KO4QMM.
Let's hold it up there. I have... Okay, but first off, before I run off this list, I've got WDE8ODF Day from Exante, Michigan. If you can come back if you're still listening. Are you still listening? Alright, let me read off this list. I have DK1JT. Was that okay? Oh. Okay,
This
Go on,
is
okay, there you
Victor
go, yeah.
Kilowatt
Go on, sorry
1,
about that.
Jersey Tomato, VK1JT, Canberra, Australia. Does anyone acknowledge?
Okay, can you come again? I was double than I used. Sorry.
I didn't get your call sign. This is Victor Kilowatt 1, Jersey Tomato, VK1JT, John here in Canberra there, QSL.
I am KG for BUT.
Station from Australia, come in again. Bring your call sign once again.
That is Kilo Golf 4 Bravo Uniform Tango KG for BUT. Thanks for stopping by, John. That's T2CJD CJ from here.
Grayson, this is K2CJD from Hamburg. And yes, I have been on a Ferris wheel. Last one was about a year ago at the county fair. I'll pass it back to you. This is K2CJD, clear and monitoring.
Hi, simply to you, CJ. Next up, N1CBM, Carlos from Hollywood, Florida.
Hello, Grayson. Ivan, nice to see you in the net again. I have been in Ferris wheels before, although a lot of years ago. I can't remember exactly the date, but yeah, I have been in them. I even got stuck on one. I would say like 3/4 of the way up, and we spent 30 minutes up there, and the people trying to restore the power to bring us down. That was fun. Back to you, Grayson, and 1 CPM. Have a good night.
Simply to you, Carlos. Next up, TV2EJT, Thomas from New York. WDA in Santini, Michigan. You can go. come. I forgot it, okay, Dave? Going to K-E-2-E-J-T, no, E-J-C, okay. K-E-2-E-J-C, Daniel from New York. E-J-C or E-T? K2EJC, Justin from Buffalo, New York, you can come.
I was parking my car. This is KE2GJC, Buffalo, New York. And the Ferris wheel is the first thing I go to whenever I see one. I think my record is riding about 20 times in one go-round at a theme park. Great job tonight, and back to net.
Impressive. Sounds really cool. Well, Justin, next up, KO4 QMM, Roger from Inchmilla, Florida.
Good evening, Grayson. You're doing a fine job. I wouldn't bail on you. And yes, I have rode many Ferris wheels. Probably been like almost 30 years, but been a while. Everybody have a great evening, 73. Thanks for giving us something to do tonight. KO4QMM clear.
Here we go. Push to Roger. Next up, K2ENO, Joseph from Rocky Point, New York.
Good evening, Grayson, and everybody on the net. I have ridden Ferris wheels many times, although I don't remember the last time I did so. The most memorable and my favorite, however, was when I got the opportunity to ride the London Eye back in 2012. So if you ever have the opportunity to do so, I highly recommend it. It's well worth the experience. Back to net control, 73.
Everybody on the net, this is Ivan, KE2EGF. I will be taking over for this part of the Youth Net after Grayson. Alright, first off, let's get some new check-ins. This is Ivan, K2EGF, looking for new check-ins. Kilo, Golf, 4, Bravo, uniform Tango.
2 Alpha Papa. W2KJV, W2KJV. KE2EDS. WB2JPQ. WB2JPQ.
KE8JOJ. KE8JOJ.
CIS.
Tony in Homicide, Florida. KE2EDS. Mark in Elma, New York. WB2JPQ. Dick in Eden, New York. KE8JOJ. Shiva in Detroit, Michigan. KF0CSI. Andy in Norfolk, Nebraska. And one more station, N0TIS. Otis and Beaumont, Texas. Hope I pronounced it right. Alright, this is KE2EZF. Let's go off to KG4BUT Grayson, Orlando, Florida. How are you doing? Good evening, Ivan and everybody else listening. I'm doing good, you know. It is, well, I'm like living in the, I'm like, this is Florida, what do you expect? I mean, short answer, no, long answer, so, yes. Roger that, Grayson. Thank you for checking in the Youth Net tonight. I appreciate it. Let's head on down to K2AP, Kilo 2, Alpha Papa, Joseph, and East of Slipman, New York. The question of tonight is, have you ever ridden a Ferris wheel?
Ferris wheel in May at Disneyland in Florida, California. It was a very nice experience. We were there with the whole family, and we enjoyed it very much. This is K2AP, back to the net.
73 to you there, Joseph. Now let's head on down to W2, KJV, Tony in Homicide, Florida. How are you doing?
Oh, Ivan, you sounded good tonight. This is Tony, W2KJV in Homicide, Florida. Yes, I have ridden Ferris Wheel. It's been quite a while, but I have ridden them in the past. I hope you have a good night, everyone listening. Back to you, Ivan, W2KJV.
Alright, 73 to you, Tony. Now we're going to head on down to KE2, EDS, Mark in Elma, New York.
Good evening, Ivan. Great to see you back. Great to you too. Here back after missing last week. The answer for me is yes, I have. It's probably been 20 years, but yes, I have ridden a roller coaster, or a Ferris wheel. Sorry. Have a great evening, KE2 EDS.
73 to you, Mark. Yeah, I've not... Speaking of that, I've actually never been on a roller coaster, but I have been on Ferris wheel. Yeah, let's head on down to Godfather, WB2, JPQ, Dick, and Eden, New York.
Well, good evening, Ivan. Grayson, good to see everybody back in here. The team is back. Yes, I have, many, many years ago. Too scared to ride one now, but I did many years ago in my crazy days. This is WB2JPQ.
Yeah, 73 to you, Dick. Yeah, I've never been, the most, well, I've never really liked theme park rides the most. Honestly, I just hate losing my stomach. So, I'm not the biggest on those, but I have ridden, roller coaster, or Ferris wheel after that. But, yeah, I don't really think anyone likes losing their stomach. So, yeah, with that, let's pass on down to KE8JOJ, Shiva in Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, this is Shiva, KE8JOJ. Detroit. In Detroit, I have been on a Ferris wheel, and this is reminding me that I definitely want to go to a carnival this year. DUC, but now we're going to head on down to KF0CSI via text line Andy in Norfolk, Nebraska. Hopefully I pronounced that right.
Well, good evening, Ivan, and everybody else behind the scenes and on the net here. Yeah, over on the East Coast, you guys pronounce the L. Over here, we changed the L to an R. So there's a whole long history behind that one, but answer to the question is yes. I've been on the Ferris wheel. I'm one in the party that kind of enjoys the Ferris wheel. My wife is not a big fan of probably the heights when you get stuck up there and they stop and stuff like that. Sure, ride roller coasters all day long, but I enjoy the Ferris wheel. I suspect I might be on one tomorrow. I got to go. The grandkids are doing the pedal pulls and stuff like that at the local county fair, so I'm guessing the carnival will have one set up there. So I should be on one there. So love the roller coasters, but the lines at the roller coasters are so darn long. You know, for a 20-second ride, it takes you 45 minutes to get through the line. So Ferris wheel is usually easier to get on. With that, I'll send it back to you there, Ivan. This is Andy, KF0CSI in Norfolk, Nebraska.
I agree with your wife there, Andy. I don't like heights either, and the thing is that this roller coaster near us, that thing goes fast. Like, they spin you around and, like, they spin you pretty fast. So, yeah, with that, let's head it down to N0TIS, Otis in Beaumont, Texas. I like the vanity, by the way.
You got it, Ivan. Hey, good evening to you. This is N0TIS, Otis in Beaumont, Texas. And yes, to answer the question, I have many times ridden Ferris wheels. Probably the most memorable time was in a kind of like a mall parking lot. This was years ago, probably in the 80s. The guy that was running it, he was more interested in the music that he was playing real loud, and he thought he was a rock and roller on the stage or something, because once we got in, it went around and around, and usually it's only for, a couple of minutes, but oh no, this just just kept going round and round and round. We finally had to start hollering, it's like, hey, stop. I mean, it was just, okay, we've had enough. After about 10 minutes, and then finally he stopped it, and so yeah, probably the most memorable. Got my money's worth, no doubt about that, but anyway, the most memorable. Have a good evening, Ivan. Thank you for being a part of the net. It's great. Grayson also, just you guys coming in, doing it, and it's a lot of fun. N0TIS, Otis, Beaumont, Texas. Have a great evening.
Otis, yeah, around here in Western New York, we have this thing called the world's largest carnival, I think, and they all set up in a mall parking lot, and I don't get how they do it, because they do it in like 2 days. They set the whole thing up. Apparently it's the world's largest carnival, so it's always interesting to see when they have like these huge Ferris wheels in there. Never been on one, but I imagine they are pretty scary up there. Yeah, with that, let's send on down to N2BH, Bill in Palmyra, New York.
Hey, good evening, Ivan and everybody. Yeah, ridden Ferris wheel many times in my younger days, and one of my shifts at the fire station even had to go out with a ladder truck to help get people off Ferris wheel that broke down. N2BH.
Yeah, 76 Bill. Kind of funny here, we haven't had a single person that has said no tonight to riding a Ferris wheel. But with that, let's take some more check-ins. This is KE2 EGF.
OGC, KO4 CLD. KK7 OGC, KK7 OGC. K4MMX, K4MMX.
W8 AWD, Whiskey 8, Alpha Whiskey Delta, in and out.
We'll stop right there. I would like to acknowledge the following people: KO4 FRR, Joe in Sorrento, Florida; KO4 CLD, Micah in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Wow, I'm surprised I actually pronounced that. KK7 OGC, Fred in Reno, Nevada; and K4 MMX, Craig in Oakland Park, Florida; and W8 AWD, which was in and out at Austin and Beaumont, Texas. First, let's send it down to KO4 FRR, Joe in Sorrento, Florida. How are you doing?
This is Joe, KO4 FRR. Glad to hear from you, Ivan. Other than that, could be better. Yesterday, storm took out my main home network, so I'm kind of band-aiding my network until I get new equipment, and thought I hooked up my Pi to the new Wi-Fi, but that seems to not work. But anyway, I'm on DV switch, and to answer the question, yes I have, and because of heights I might not be doing it again. This is Joe, KO4FR, back to net control.
Hi, Joe. Well, yeah, that's kind of sad. Good luck to you for getting all your stuff back up. Honestly, though, on the good side of it, I couldn't even tell that you were on DV switch. You sound perfect. All right, we're going to head it on down to KO4 CLD, Micah in Tuscumbia, Alabama. I hope I pronounced it right.
KO4 CLD here. Yeah, you're pronouncing it perfectly, Tuscumbia. Yeah, I've been on a Ferris wheel once or twice. Don't really have much of a desire anymore. Can't believe I got on one in the first place. My mom and me both love roller coasters, but we do not like Ferris wheels. And my mom's uncle one time told us that he worked for the circus, and they just kind of spread out the bulk once they got to the next site, because they take them down really fast, and they just throw everything in an 18-wheeler and hope it gets there. But yep, good question. Doing good on the net. KO4 CLD. Back to you.
Right, 73 to you, Micah. I can say I'm the exact opposite. Hate roller coasters, love Ferris wheels. Most of the time, I love Ferris wheels, I should say. Alright, now we'll go back and down to KK7 OGC, Fred in Reno, Nevada.
Well, hello, Ivan and everyone else behind the scenes. KK7 OGC, Fred in Reno. Yes, I have, overseas as well. In fact, here in Reno, at one of the sporting goods stores, they have, I'm going to guess, a 50-foot indoor Ferris wheel that runs all year round. It's indoors, obviously. So the answer is yes. KK7OGC, back to net.
73 to you, Fred. Yeah, the first thing I thought of when you said that, 50 feet there, is would that work as an antenna mast? I think that would work pretty good. Hope it's cheaper than a mast. Probably not. Probably more expensive, but it would probably work as an antenna mast as long as that. Well, actually, now that I think of it, put a Yagi on top of that, you have an azimuthal rotator. So, that maybe I should try that. Alright, now we're going to pass on down to K4 MMX, Craig in Oakland Park, Florida.
Good evening, Ivan, and everyone on the net. Ivan doing a great job. The answer to the question is yes. I was much younger, probably when I was a child. I would say around maybe 11, 12 years old. K4 MMX, back to net.
Alright, 73 Craig. Now I would send that down to Austin, but he is in and out. So with that, we're going to take more check-ins. The question of the night is, have you ever ridden a Ferris wheel?
KC1 2PL, KC1 2PL. 2 VNU, 82 VNU.
Ivan, KD2, EGF. Sorry, we had an error in the logs here. Can everyone please come back?
November 6 Kilo, November Echo, N6KNE/HK.
Let's pass on to KC1 QPL, John in South St. Paul, Minnesota.
Well, good evening, Ivan. Doing a fine job on the net. Good evening, everyone on Youth Net tonight. KC1 2PL. It's the first thing I do when I hit a fair, is hit the midway and get on the Ferris wheel. I absolutely love them. Every now and then you'll see a double wheel, and that's a good ride. I have no fear of heights at all. Falling, yes, but not the height itself. Anyway, you're doing a great job. Thanks for having me. KC1 QPL, back to you, young man.
73 to you, John. Yeah, that's usually the first thing I go on when I get there. I'll go on anything as long as it's like under 50 feet tall. So, 50 feet or under. Alright, let's go on down to KD2 VNU, Derby Dan in Derby, New York.
Good evening, Grace and Ivan, and everybody else on the net. Yes, I've ridden Ferris wheel every time I go to amusement park. and they're kind of neat because you get up to the top there and it gives you a great view of everything. Doing a great job, guys. Glad to see you're back there, Ivan. 82 VNU. Turn it back to that.
I agree there, Dan. Yeah, my favorite part about Ferris Wheels, which is usually the only reason I go on, is to get that top view there. I usually think it's so pretty when they stop you up the top and you can just, see the whole town. The place in Olcott where we go on to our Ferris Wheels there, usually you can, see the Lake Ontario and all that, and it looks beautiful. So, yeah, with that, we're going to pass on down to N6KNE, Ken in Fort Jones, California.
Well, hello to you and to everybody on the net. This is N6KNE, and I'm not currently in California. I am in Fusagasugá, Colombia. And at 60 years old, yeah, and have I ever been on a Ferris wheel? You betcha. I think my first Ferris wheel ride was probably at the city of La Habra, California, that's Southern California, north end of Orange County, at the Corn Festival that we had every year. And my first Ferris wheel ride was probably there, if I can remember. And yes, exactly what you just said a minute ago. It was always fun being at the top when people were getting on or off the Ferris wheel. Sitting at the top up there for even just 30 seconds was lots and lots of fun. Thank you for taking my check-in, and it's always a pleasure. N6KNE/8K Ken here in Fusagasugá, Colombia, South America.
Ken? Well, yeah, honestly, to be honest with you, the whole reason I got on a roller coaster is to see that view. The reason is not to leave my stomach at the entrance. So, yeah, good luck to you in Colombia there, and we're going to take some more check-ins. This is KU2EGF.
KE8 VKY, KE8 VKY.
KP4RHL, KP4RHL.
Ivan, KU2EGF. We got about 3 check-ins there. We have a KR4FOD station. I believe it's Caitlin in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You do have some static on your signal, and it's hard to copy your call sign. I'm not sure if you got it. Can you please come back?
Yes, this is KR4FLC. KR4FLC.
Got it that time, Alan. KR4FLD, Alan in Somerville, South Carolina. And then we have KE8 VKY, Vicky in Lambertville, Michigan. And KD4RHL, Ernest in Bronson, Florida. Alright, let's pass on down to KR4FLD, Alan in Somerville, South Carolina. The question of the night is, have you ever ridden a Ferris wheel? Or FLD, Alan in Somerville, South Carolina. The question of the night is, have you ever ridden a Ferris wheel? Please come now. I'll come back to you later. I still don't think we have a call sign right. So actually, I'm gonna see the KR4F question mark B station. Can you please come back?
Sure, yes, it's KR4FLZ. KR4FLZ.
Is it KR4FLZ or KR4FLZ?
KR4FLZ. Kilo Romeo 4 Foxtrot Lima Zulu.
Alright, we got your call sign now, Brandon. In Winter Springs, Florida. The question tonight is, have you ever ridden a Ferris wheel?
Hello everyone on the net. Yeah, sorry, I think I had a signal issue there. I relocated here. I'm mobile. Yes, I have. It's been a long time. I remember when I was a kid, we used to go to the skate trail all the time. Didn't really enjoy it too much. I'm not a big fan of heights, but about 10 years ago, I think was the most recent time I was on a Ferris wheel. We have the Orlando Eye here, which is a big tourist attraction, really big Ferris wheel, and I went on there about 10 years ago when it first opened. All right, back to net control. This is KR4FLZ.
Brandon, well, we got you in the walk here. You had a better transmission that time. Still had some status on your signal, but you were copyable. Now we're going to head on down to KE8 VKY at Vicky in Lambertville, Michigan.
Hello, Ivan. Maybe 40 years ago, I was bored out of my mind. Haven't been back on since. Too many other good rides. K8 VKY.
Roger that, Vicky. Well, yeah, as long as you've been on one. With that, we have not had a single person that has said no to the question tonight. We have had a question mark, but I'm pretty sure that was a yes. So, we have had one that was not that terrible, but I'm pretty sure that was a yes. Alright, we're now going to pass it on down to KD4 RHL, Ernest in Bronzeville, Florida.
Hello, Ivan and everyone. Yes, it's been in my childhood. It's been about 50 years or so ago. A very large double Ferris wheel at the Florida State Fair in Tampa. That was enough for me. Have a great evening. 73 from KD4, Joe.
To you, Ernest. We have an exact minute left in the net, so do we have any other people that would like to check in here? And this is going to be the last time we're going to call for more check-ins.
K7 IUP. 0 Charlie 7. India uniform Papa. Papa Lima Victor, Kilo Bravo 8, Pa Lima Victor Chris.
Get that state here. Sorry, I'm not the best with states at the moment. Oh, that's Nevada. My bad. That's the one state that I always forget exists. Alright, and then we have KB8 PLV, Chris, and Navi, I hope I pronounced that right, Michigan. Yeah, I heard one station that I think was doubling with Rod there. Can you please come back? If anybody else would like to check in to the tonight's Youth Net. Again, this is the last roll call of check-ins here, so would anybody else like to check in? KQ4 BPS, Kurt in Auburn, Alabama. Station that came in, can you please come back with the call sign slowly and phonetically?
Victor, Papa, Sierra, KQ4 BPS.
We got you there with KQ4 VPS, Johanna, and Davie, Florida. Alright, let's go back to the top of the list. KC7 IUP, Rod in Hawaii, Nevada.
Good evening. Good evening to the net. KC7 IUP in Ely, Nevada. We have been on many of them. 70 years old, the last one I was on was last year, so I enjoy them.
Alright, Rod, well yeah, I think, honestly, I think it'll be pretty cool if we can end this net without a single person saying no to the question, so, yeah, let's pass on down to KB8 PLV, Chris in Navi, Michigan. PLV, Chris in Navi, Michigan, are you still with us? We'll come back to you later. Now let's pass on down to KQ4 VPS, Johan and Davie, Florida. The question of the night is, have you ever ridden on a Ferris wheel?
Yes, I have. I think my favorite is the Big London Eye.
Thanks for that. 73 Johan, and let's see if KB8 PLV, Chris in Navi, Michigan, is still there. Please come now.
This is KB8 PLV, just checking. Are you catching my signal? KB8 PLV, can you hear my signal? Alright, this is KB8 PLV. Put me down for yes. I did ride a Ferris wheel growing up. You have a good weekend. Back to net.
Right, roger that there. So I think I was getting doubled on. Hopefully you can hear me, but this is going to wrap up tonight's Youth Net. Hopefully everyone had a good time. 73 to all, and I'm going to be returning the East Coast Reflector back to normal amateur use. This is KU2 EGF, here.